Ladies and gentlemen, jobbers of all ages, Kayfabe Soup brings to you the top of the line, the podcast all the kids can look up to. We are doing the thing like no one has before. We are here to bring out Kayfabe madness. I am your host, Gran Producer Jr. Today I am joined by the full admin team. We have Argyle, we have Habes, we have Intern, we have PBR.
Ladies and jobbers, this is your captain speaking. Argyle here. One half of your current predictions game tag team champions.
Of the world!
Former Kayfabe Soup World Heavyweight Champion. Predictions game season 2 overall points leader and champion. And I'm putting myself over here and coming in hot for this special Kayfabe Soup podcast episode because I've got an impressive resume and track record for tonight's topic. And much like Paul Heyman, but unlike these other guys, I'm not here to give you predictions. I'm here to give you spoilers. Run the tape back from last pay-per-view predictions episode, and I gave you guys the results, hitting 100% of the winners, and I'm ready to do it again. But I digress. GRJ, PBR, Intern, Habes, how you doing?
Good.
Doing really well here. I'm glad that we've got the whole band together for the first time, and I'm just here to ask the one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Everybody's together. This is our first podcast with all 5 of us in the same place at the same time.
It's historic.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna run down WrestleMania. We're gonna throw in our predictions. Our guy over here claiming that he has the facts of what's gonna happen.
I got spoilers.
He has the spoils over here. So we're gonna start off. First, we're gonna start off with the rumored match that's gonna probably happen, probably not. It hasn't been decided. It hasn't been added to the card officially. And that is the Raw Tag Team Champion match. Last thing that was heard about this was it was Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder up to the rival asking for a match at WrestleMania. It hasn't been added officially, but just in case it does happen, predictions here. I think if it does get added, I think this is the final stamp on the Revival. They had a really horrible run as tag team champions, and I feel the only reason they became champions is because they kind of threw the like, "Hey, we want to quit." Then next thing you know, they're champs, and now they're being set up against Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins at WrestleMania for the championships. If it happens, I see the Revival losing their titles.
Let me jump in here. Okay. This is PBR talking. Let me jump in here. As somebody who watches Raw or tries to watch Raw every week, and when I say tries, I mean, it's difficult TV to get through sometimes. But I try to watch Raw every week. Now, this last week, the Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet, phenomenal match, great match. And now I find out today that Aleister Black and Ricochet are in the SmackDown tag team match. That doesn't make any sense to me. And that's all I have to say about this. Like, I don't understand why the Raw Tag Team Championship isn't part of the WrestleMania card when SmackDown Tag Team Championship is, but that's all I have to say. I think Aleister Black and Ricochet would have been better served on the Raw side in just a simple 2-on-2 match with the Revival to get them a WrestleMania match. It would have been fine. That's all I got. Now back to the initial order.
Hey, I got an idea. Did you guys print something out on a milk carton or something?
Can you smart me up about that?
No, we can't. Go with the card, dude.
Wait,
All right.
who's
It's
talking?
Abe's here. It's Abe's here. All right.
That
Abe's here.
one's Abe's.
Yeah, I'm back. My thing was broken, but I'm
Okay.
back.
Okay.
We're talking about Raw Tag Team title. Is that what I understand?
Yes.
So far.
All right. Okay. Woo woo woo. You know it. Argyle needs to punch himself in the face. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins are gonna win.
No, no.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
punching myself in the face, and I'm not eating any shoes.
Hey, that was the Wayback Machine. Wayback Machine.
Since
That one's for the OGs.
my 2 cents. These guys aren't getting a match at WrestleMania. I don't think they've been given enough time on TV for it. I don't
No,
think
totally.
they deserve it.
No,
I
the only
don't
thing I've
see it.
seen was a tweet, so I don't really think that's
No,
even
there was
gonna
a
be
video.
match.
There was a video. Yeah, it was Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins walking up to the revival, and they're like, "Hey, we want a match at WrestleMania." I even think they said the WrestleMania pre-show.
Ooh, was
I
it a
think they
.com thing?
um
Yeah,
Did
I
it
think
on
so.
.com?
I think so. Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I mean, it might not be official, might be spur of the moment, but
Yeah, might be one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
yeah, sounds good. That's
cute,
happening.
and all, but Revival's not losing those titles to them.
Now I'm going low points, going on Hawkins and Ryder. Argyle's can punch himself in the face and eat a shoe.
He's going from low points to no points because it's not happening.
For one, I don't even think this match is going to be happening. And God, I pray I'm right, because I think the Revival deserve better than to get in a throwaway match against team who cares about them. The sad thing is, based on much like GRJ was saying, based on how terrible the Revival's title run has been, and they've gone into a pattern of, oh, we lose every non-title match ever, but win every title match. What happens when they face a team who never beat them in a non-title match? I'm kind of afraid that that Ryder and Hawkins go over if the match does happen, and I really hope that I'm wrong.
But Entering gets it. Like, I feel that's what's gonna happen.
Hey, intern, will there be a distraction roll up of doom, perhaps?
Oh, at least 5 of them. Probably
Okay.
probably caused by Lacey Evans.
I'd like that. All
Okay,
right.
so we're gonna get into the actual matches that are starting, that are official. First, we're gonna jump into the pre-show. We have the Women's Battle Royal, which I think is just the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, right? There's no name attached to it, like the Andre Battle Royal.
Yeah, no, it's just it's a straight up women's battle royal.
Okay,
The
yeah,
end.
because that was the one that had
And then Fabulous Moolah.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember her name.
Yeah,
and then-
originally it was Fabulous Moolah, and then everybody with internet was just like, "My God, this is a terrible person. Like, why are
Yeah.
we naming this after her?" And then they were just like, "Oh man, this backlash is too much. Fuck it, it's a women's battle royal."
Yeah, so talking Battle Royal here, I honestly couldn't care less, and I feel so bad for saying that. They have Asuka in here, who just lost her title before Mania. I think she's probably the one that's gonna win it. She kind of has to. Looking at the rest of the roster here. But yeah, that's my thing.
So I obviously these kind of gimmick matches are, the purpose of them is to put somebody over that kind of wasn't getting the rub before. When you are looking at the participants in it, I mean, it does just glare out at you that Asuka would probably be the winner. However, I don't think she exactly needs it. She has already won a Royal Rumble type match at the Royal Rumble. I don't think she needs this win. I think when you look at it, you look at someone that needs to get put over and someone for the future, so they can continuously remind you of their win for the next year. That person to me is Mandy Rhodes. Mandy Rose.
Ooh, Mandy
I
Rose,
think
nice.
she's gonna
Mandy,
be
don't say Rhodes.
a part of the future. in the women's division in some capacity. So I do see her winning this women's battle royal and getting the rub for it.
Yeah, all right. You guys, I want everyone to be like Habes, be like a lady. I'm picking Lacey Evans. Like
Good call.
Argyle said, it's to put someone over.
I completely forgot about her.
Lacey Evans.
That's a good one.
By the way, PBR, what about my women's title rematch?
All right, Habes, you know what? I've been talking to Jack Tunney, and we've had a few, hallway conversations. We've been trying to figure this out. I think you've stolen enough championships at this point that I think now we'll have to wait for a post to be sure. But I think that when it comes to NXT TakeOver on Friday, you may be defending your own honor against all of the women that play the game on Friday night at TakeOver. So
I like that
you
idea.
may be in for the beating of your life. That's all I can say.
I got something. I've never been to your guys' Facebook or Patreon before. What are you guys talking about?
Well, you see, on our Kayfabe Soup Facebook page, we have this predictions game, and everybody's been doing it. It's been a great time. All the cool kids are doing it. Everybody should be there. But now, after WrestleMania, the predictions game, as awesome as it is moving to Patreon. So if you want to keep up with all of these stats and all of these awesome standings and junk, go to Patreon. That's where it is, www.patreon.com/Kayfabe Soup. Now, in the meantime, all of this stuff has been happening with our predictions game and all this stuff. Fucking Habes has been stealing championships left and right. And it's a crazy storyline. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. I'm putting my foot down. It's not happening. Moving on.
All right, so moving on, I'll give my 2 cents, which because I'm Canadian is worth much less than your guys' 2 cents, unfortunately. And I pretty much agree with Habes. I think the women's battle royal is kind of the payoff to the long con of Lacey Evans just walking out, smiling, walking away, and doing nothing for the past it's been 18 years. I think she's been doing this. It feels like 18 years.
It better be.
So yeah, and even though she's not slated to be anything, I think she walks out. This time she gets in the ring, and she survives, and she outlasts all the other women. Now what that does for her career, who knows? But because I think everyone else that's won one of these battle royals has gone to do nothing for a whole year. Well, we shall see.
Okay, so after hearing all you guys talk about it, I'm switching it. You guys are right. That's how it's gonna go. Lacey Evans. Up next on the pre-show, we have the Andre the Battle Royal. Andre the Giant Battle Royal. My bad. Honestly, I feel like this is like a bad luck win. I don't know how you guys feel about that. The only one that I could honestly remember winning it was Cesaro, and he's been in tag team.
Yeah, that year, the entire year, I think after he won it, he was just either jobbed out or not on TV or doing nothing. I can't think of. I think Braun Strowman might be the only one. Braun's won one before, right?
No.
No, okay, no, that was the greatest Royal Rumble that he won. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't think of anyone that has won one of these things and not wound up on a milk carton.
Okay, so I have it here. So it's Cesaro won it first, Big Show won it second, Baron Corbin won it third, Mojo Rawley, and then Matt Hardy. I didn't even know he won it last year.
Yeah, I would say Baron Corbin's been pretty successful. I mean, I know how the internet likes to hate on the dude, but
he's right.
So they love hating on him.
Yeah, but didn't they follow up his Andre win with him being one of the least successful Money in the Bank cash-ins in history?
Yes, but he was being used. I mean, I don't judge people by wins and losses. I judge him by being used on TV.
He's definitely a lot less snake bit than pretty much everyone else that won the thing.
Yeah,
I wonder if he put his Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner on his resume when he was applying at Olive Garden.
Glad someone brought that up.
Guarantee you he did.
Ugh.
Guarantee
Okay.
it.
So
Oh, anyway, what match are we
Go-
on? I guess I can
yeah,
take this.
I hope he
It's
just
not-
brought the trophy with him into the interview. Just set it down on the desk. I'll just put this here now.
Right.
um,
He just set the trophy as a whole. Like he brought it to the interview, sat down in the chair, and then he picked it up and put it on the desk. Like,
And he
what
was hired.
for this position? Boom, trophy. Boom, on the table. Done.
Oh, God.
You're hired.
uh,
When can you start?
right, yeah. This
Red
so the Andre Battle Royal winner, in my opinion, is going to be Andrade. That's
Oh, ooh.
Ooh,
That's
going
just-
out on a limb.
He's not going out on a
he-
limb. He's just a mark.
I am a huge mark.
Just
Plus,
kidding, buddy.
Like no, you're right. You're 100% right. Yeah. So I'm choosing Andrade for the winner on this one.
Argyle, what do you think?
Argyle.
You know, I'm really interested in what Habes has to say.
Oh, okay. I'm going with Don't Call Mustafa. Ali is going to win.
That's
Is
good.
he announced in the match?
All right, that's
Yes.
just Ali at this point.
Yeah, Don't Call Mustafa. Just Ali.
There. Right, right.
I think he's the guy. I mean, I would hate for him to not be used afterwards, but
I hope he's the guy. I really do. But
I
that's
think
the
it's like
thing.
a
It's like,
consolation.
if Ali wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, then it's like, well, they don't have any plans for him the rest of the year because it's nobody goes on to anything from the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what we should
whoever
talk
wins, it
about?
doesn't really matter.
What do you guys
Yeah.
They
think
could
of
have
Braun?
Rob Gronkowski win.
No. I was gonna say, what does Braun do with Jost and the other guy from that Saturday night show?
Michael
I'm
Che.
hoping, I'm hoping
Yeah.
he handles him like a Mortal Kombat fatality personally, but that's just me.
I think
I-
double choke slam, and then he throws them both over the top rope, and that's about it.
I think they eliminate him.
Trained to take a choke slam.
You think? Machine
Oh,
Gun
for
Kelly
sure.
style? Machine Gun,
Yeah,
is that his name? Machine Gun
I-
Kelly?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the
So,
guy that got the power bomb from Kevin Owens.
Maybe.
So yeah, that I think this is obvious, just a side story to what who the actual winner is gonna be. So and I think it's safe to say that Braun, I guess, doesn't need this win. And just like we discussed with the women's battle royale, this is one that's got to put somebody over. So spoiler alert, if you don't want it, turn the volume down for a moment. But the winner of this match is going to be Otis Stozovic. Book it.
What?
Ooh,
Pretty lady.
Otis. Wow,
Straight
Dang.
out of Wisconsin.
that's fair. That's fair.
See, I've got yet again a very wild card take because what I'm going with is someone who's not even been entered into it. Bray Wyatt has been teasing a return for quite some time now. Last year he did pop in to help Matt Hardy take the win. I think this year Bray Wyatt pops in to help Bray Wyatt take the win with whatever new gimmick he's gonna have going on. And
You know,
when you think nothing's happening, you already think Bray Wyatt anyway. So I mean, it's not like his career trajectory is going anywhere downwards after he wins the thing.
right. That would actually be interesting because when I watched Raw on Monday, that I like because they had the lumberjack match with Jinder and Apollo Crews, and the lumberjacks never got involved, and the match ended, and then they fought in the ring, and like, okay, I get it. This is the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, taking place before my very eyes, and they did that, and they showed a graphic, and in the graphic, like my buddy and I paused it so I could count, and there were 29 people in the graphic. Now, most of those people in the graphic for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal were all Raw people. Few SmackDown here and there. They were mostly Raw.
It is mostly Raw. You're right.
Right. The thing that was most interesting about it is that it was 29, specifically 29 people in the picture. I think Rob Gronkowski will be the 30th entrant into the Battle Royal, much like Shaq a few years ago. And God, I hope he doesn't win or get anywhere near that. But I think that's why there were 29 people. That's all I got for that one.
If he is in it, you would have to think that it would kind of be poetic if him and Jinder Mahal were the last two, right?
I swear to God, and I told somebody this before. If it's the pre-show, nobody's really watching. It doesn't really matter, but still, I'm watching, so it matters to me. If the Andre the Giant Battle Royal comes down to Rob Gronkowski versus Jinder Mahal, regardless of how it ends, if it comes down to those two as the last two, this is PBR talking, I will throw a shoe through my television because that would be the worst thing ever.
I hope you have
PBR,
another
don't do that.
television.
I'm gonna be at your house. Don't. I wouldn't. I would hate to have to drive home
if
to finish the show.
If Gronk is in it, there's no way that he doesn't go against Jinder Mahal at the end. That's how it ended. What? How many years earlier? That was the finish to that match. Was Gronk screwing Jinder, wasn't it?
Yeah, and letting Mojo Rawley win and do nothing.
It was a battle royal before WrestleMania 33.
Yeah, it would only be poetic if that was the finish here. I mean, if Gronk was in it.
Very true.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Next we have Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. I don't know. I really don't know. Everybody is upset that this is who they're giving Kurt Angle as his retirement match at WrestleMania. I heard rumors that John Cena might replace him in this like last second. He beats up Corbin, and he's like, "I'm not gonna allow this to happen," and it's 1-on-1 with Kurt Angle. But going off what the card is saying, I think it's gonna be. I kind of hope Baron Corbin goes over. Like, if you want heat on this guy, if you want him to be hated, that's how you're gonna get him hated really quick.
Hey, GRJ, what rumors and innuendos did you read about the John Cena stuff? Like big pages or just like a Facebook page saying?
No. I actually don't remember. I do remember reading about John Cena probably doing this one. Now the latest thing I've heard is John Cena probably replacing Rey Mysterio if Rey Mysterio is injured. But I don't remember.
Might be hurt.
Yeah, he messed up his ankle.
Yeah, that's why he was supposed to have a match with Andrade in SmackDown yesterday, and it got nixed because of that.
Yeah, Rey's ankle got hurt in the Raw match with Baron Corbin on Monday night.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. See, this is what happens when I work 13 days and I quit being a good admin for a little bit. Jesus.
You don't know anything about wrestling. Boo!
I didn't know any of that was going on. I am sorry, superstars. I am
so Habers, who do you got?
Oh, what's the match? Kurt Angle, John Cena. I'm still picking Ruthless Aggression. I'm picking John Cena in this match.
No.
Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio.
Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's later.
That's later. Oh, no, this is what I think's going to happen. I think Baron Corbin comes out there and starts talking on the stage, and John Cena just gives him an FU. Boom, he's done. Ooh, I bet you John Cena's wearing his pink pants too. And then you just just think about when
I'm thinking about
SummerSlam, Corbin and when Corbin and Cena curtain jerked SummerSlam, it was like 2 minutes. Cena just buried him. I think I think they just continue with like Cena just burying Corbin, and Corbin doesn't necessarily get a match. So I don't know. By default, I'm just gonna pick Kurt Angle. Nope. By default, I'm picking Baron Corbin because I love Baron Corbin. But I think
No.
All
I think
right.
John Cena's gonna be there.
All right, let me knock some sense into this podcast episode from all this messiness. According to rumor and innuendo, this is a match that Vince wants and the WWE wants, opponent wise, with Baron Corbin. Rumor and innuendo tells you that all of these farewell matches the last few weeks have been picked by Kurt himself and personally. With him having no kind of say into what his WrestleMania opponent was going to be. I still say that it's Baron Corbin that's going to be booked in this match against Angle. I do have Baron Corbin winning this match. This is not something that Angle needs a win for. This match is far more important to put somebody over like Baron Corbin, get that heat. So I agree with you, GRJ. And yeah, that's what I got. Baron Corbin's winning this match. Sorry, Kurt.
Yeah, before I weigh in with a prediction, I just have to ask, how hilarious is it that I think this might be the one time in wrestling history that the IWC is begging for John Cena?
Oh, I know. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, it's gotta be the first. Like, I've been a
Vince-
Cena fan for years. Like, I
Vince
won't lie.
finally
Like,
did it.
I didn't try to hide it. You know, I got into it from the 2014 with the network. So, yes, that's 5 years ago, but I'm 10 years preceding. And I get it. You know, the fans were against Cena for a long, 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 long time. And yeah, you might be right. You know, at this point, this is the first time that fans could conceivably be doing a John Cena chant, like a Cena, Cena, or we want Cena, you know, that sort of chant. And that's just amazing to me, you know, with the IWC the way it is.
Especially on the
That's
same show where fans are going to be cheering for Roman Reigns. Think about
Mhm.
that.
Mm.
But I'm getting ahead. I'm getting ahead of ourselves here. Anyhow, I think that Angle does the time-honored tradition of doing the job on his way out. Baron Corbin picks up the win, and I'm pretty sure Angle does something to get his heat back and end his career at a high note after, I don't know, Angle slamming and ankle locking Corbin post-match like a sore loser that all WWE babyfaces are.
In a perfect world, I think you're right. I think he wins that match because, you know, it's Kurt Angle and it's Baron Corbin. Like, why would Corbin actually win that match? And then in the end, like, Corbin stands tall. You know, you get this post match beatdown and all that other jazz. I think that's the passing of the torch that you mentioned.
Hey guys, what if I saw a what if? Now I want to ask you guys, what if Baron Corbin cheats to win at Mania? You know, they go to the Raw and they do kind of like a celebrate Kurt Angle's career, something something, and then John Cena shows up and does the ruthless aggression promo on Raw, and they have the
Yeah.
main event at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I shared it.
There's
Not
not
sure
a
what page
chance.
it was. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
Just an
But I
ideal.
saw that too. Yeah. Up next we have Finn Balor, who decides to bring, exactly, yeah, who decides to become the Demon versus Bobby Lashley, not against freaking Brock Lesnar, but against Bobby Lashley. Honestly, it's the first time I will ever say this about a Finn Balor match, but I really don't care. He's going over. I hear that they're very high on the whole Demon being undefeated. I feel
Yep.
that's going to continue. Um, does he win the championship? I don't know. Um, but I know he's going to win it. He's going to win the match. How he wins it, I don't know. But yeah, that's Finn Balor winning. That's my thought.
Yeah, I would go Finn Balor quick. Like his entrance might be longer than the match. Quick. poorly
Oh, for
rushed.
sure. For sure it's going to
Yeah.
be longer than the match.
I'm gonna go all my points. Finn Balor taking care of business.
Yeah, he's the top choice of top points.
Yes, it's kayfabe wise, yeah, it would have been nice. And a smart choice for Finn to bring the demon out in a Universal Championship match and something as important. But yeah, they do value that demon gimmick and being undefeated. So I don't mind it being here at all. I think this is going to be pretty unanimous, and I'm just going Finn in short order.
The only real prediction I have that stands out from what you guys are saying is I predict that I'm going to go outside and have a really nice long vape when this match starts up. And if it's still going when I come back, my shoe is going through my TV. Otherwise, yeah, it's Finn. It's Finn. Who else is it going to be?
What flavor
So-
of maple syrup is your vape?
Oh,
It'd be hilarious if I actually had maple vape juice, but no, not this time.
Oh, okay.
oh man. So
Yeah, go on.
my WrestleMania with this match, if I were booking it, it would come down to Bobby Lashley makes his intro. Perfect. He's in the ring. Now you get the Demon Balor intro. That's fine. And then when we talked about like what's longer, the Balor entrance or the actual match, I actually think it's going to be the entrance because here's what I'm going with for this match. Balor beats Lashley in under 2. Everybody around here taking odds, putting money down. I'm saying it. Balor beats Lashley in under 2 minutes to win the Intercontinental Championship. Probably, I'm going to go even farther. Probably in the first match of the main show. The end.
I'll take the over on that. I'll take the over on a 2 minutes.
Yeah, same.
I'd do a push. I'd take a push.
Yeah,
I-
give it a push.
I'm one to put something on the line there.
Your hat,
No,
his captain hat.
no. He wins quick. He's bringing out the demon. I mean, for God's sake, there's 15 matches on the card. If he brings out the demon, like he can beat Lashley in under a minute, who's gonna complain? Nobody.
For sure.
I know I wouldn't.
No?
Yeah, still taking the over.
Okay.
What do we got? What's next?
We got your main man Triple H against Batista. Another match. This is another match I don't care for. I feel like we have more important storylines. Have we seen Ric Flair since the beginning?
No, he's dead.
Is
Yep.
he like what happened there?
Dragged him out of that locker room, and he's dead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have Triple H going over. I don't see Triple H.
Little
Lame.
do you guys know, Batista didn't actually beat up Ric Flair. Ric Flair was just passed out drunk in the locker room. Batista was doing the good thing and just escorting him out. Is what he was doing.
Oh, he passed out on his stomach again. I don't want him to choke to death.
Right.
Is that why Charlotte Flair
Exactly.
hasn't made a comment about it? She's like, oh, he's taking care of daddy. Good
Yeah,
old daddy.
I want to bring up Ric Flair later, but yeah, my choice is Triple H here.
I'm gonna pick Triple H, but I wonder if Batista signed up for more than just one match, or not. Ooh, like have they really done a Batista versus Roman, or just that little Evolution Shield feud? But
Nope.
Yeah, I think it was just a triple threat.
No.
So if Brock goes away, Batista might be that show up every now and then. Hopefully they don't put the title on him kind of guy.
Well, he could be, but remember, Batista is 60 years old. Like
He's
he's
so
actually old. He's older than Triple H.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm still picking Triple H. He's like a baby face right now, I guess.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
especially with his career on the line. Like I figured,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
that's right.
when this match was first announced, I was like, all right, so Triple H will go out, Batista will go over, and then they did the whole like career-ending thing. I'm like, oh, fuck, that throws off all of my predictions.
Jesus.
Mm.
uh,
Yeah.
I for one am looking forward to this match. Being the mark that I am for Triple H. Yeah, Triple H wins this match. The retirement gimmick at WrestleMania is something that kind of needs to be storied, and I just don't see Batista being that person that's gonna retire Triple H. That should have happened probably with Seth Rollins, if anybody was fitting to do that job. But no, I don't think that's gonna happen. Triple H wins this.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in agreement with everyone else. Honestly, even before this whole retirement thing was brought up, I kind of suspected Triple H was going to win because if you remember on the SmackDown Anniversary show, they did make a point of pretty much playing up that Triple H has never beaten Batista before. So I figured this match, the entire purpose of this match was to give Triple H that win over Batista finally. So yeah, I don't think the retirement the whole if you lose you retire thing changes anything. Triple H wins.
Yeah, same. All right. We have um Samoa Joe against Rey Mysterio. It's officially on the card, but like we said earlier, Rey Mysterio is injured. He did have a match. Well, he had a match set up for SmackDown, but it was what ended up happening again?
Ali.
Yeah, no. Let me jump in here. Okay, PBR here. So he had a match scheduled for SmackDown, and that had to be canceled because he had an ankle injury in his match with Baron Corbin on Monday Night Raw, which, for the record, was bullcrap. There's no reason that the two of them should have main evented Monday Night Raw. That said, they did, and it wasn't actually a terrible match. But in the end, Rey Mysterio hurt his foot. His match on Tuesday on SmackDown was canceled, and his match with Samoa Joe on Sunday is in jeopardy. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that, but that's where we're at. He got hurt in the night match against Samoa Joe.
Yeah, going forward on that, luckily it's not his knees, which is what Rey Mysterio had issues with before, is what he's had surgeries for. I honestly think he's gonna power through it. This match will happen. I'm excited for the Joe chance at WrestleMania, and hoping he retains this. I'm going with Joe for this one.
All right, so we got a maybe hurt Ray, immobile Ray, versus Joe, who's on fire on the mic. Now I'm probably gonna pick Joe, but what if Cena shows up? I mean, Joe can just cut a scathing promo. John Cena comes out there, that crowd will be hyped. Maybe. But
I still
yeah.
think Joe wins if Cena comes out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cena's gonna put him over, no doubt about it. But yeah, I'm picking Joe on this slot.
All right.
Yeah, whether it's Ray, John Cena, or Jesus Christ himself, Samoa Joe's going to beat anybody in this match.
Jesus Christ himself.
Samoa Joe wins here. I think when I was looking at this, I was like, okay, something like especially like WrestleMania, we gotta really look at what heels make the most sense to go over, because this is pretty much an ending to all the stories where we as viewers want the baby faces to go over, and what makes sense for them to end their feuds on. So I definitely had this one circled as one of my ones that this is a heel that has to go over. And Joe deserves it. He deserves
Yes,
it more than
yes.
anybody else.
Oh, we're getting
All
some
right.
static.
So, where are we at here?
Joe versus Mysterio.
Joe.
Joe's gonna kill you.
Joe is gonna kill you.
Does PBR or intern have anything to say on this?
I don't have much more to say than I'm giving this to Joe as well. I think he both needs and deserves to have a much longer run with a title than he has been given. And as much as I love Ray, Joe's probably going to murder him and or Eddie Guerrero's son that's probably going to be traveling with him.
Yes.
I actually have a different point of view. Like, it's great that intern feels that way. More power to him. But I hope, like, all of my, standard wrestling knowledge knows that Samoa Joe's going to win. But I hope that Rey Mysterio wins because I have been doing all of this work to do the Grand Slam research. And if Rey Mysterio beats Samoa Joe for the United States Championship on Sunday, he will become the 20th Grand Slam champion. And I've already done all the work, so trust me when I say I will be rooting for Rey Mysterio because if he wins this match and wins the title, all of the research I just did will be for something. So,
And it'll be historic.
it'll
not
be the
first time ever.
Bagel. The first time ever Bagel.
All right. Next, oh my God, we have The Miz against Shane McMahon. Yeah, I don't know what to think of this. I've been over Shane. I love The Miz. I hope The Miz wins this. I'm choosing The Miz. That's honestly all I have on this match.
Da Miz. I was just watching Miz and Mrs. before I got sucked into it last night and went to bed.
Nice.
It looks like a really good show, actually.
It's good. It's
Honest.
good.
Like,
My
it
wife
actually
has made me
looks really
watch the Diva shows and the Bella shows. The Miz is hilarious, and Maurice is even better than the Miz on the show. Like Maurice
Even
is pretty
better.
cool. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm picking the Miz, and not just because his babyface run is awesome. I also think they got the whole Fox merger going on, and all those, not Fox merger, but they're going on Fox. They have all those Fox sports talk shows. I think they want to put Miz in a prominent spot. He's going to be doing all these shows. And also, what else I have? Shane almost never loses or wins in singles matches.
In fact, I don't think
Except
he's
for
won
last
at
year.
WrestleMania since coming back.
I mean, he won the tag match last year with Bryan, right?
Oh yeah, and that's true. And he pretty much single-handedly wrestled most of that because for
I
some
know
reason
that
they
was
decided to
terrible.
have Bryan injured outside. Ugh.
I was so annoyed with that. That's like one of my takeaways from last year's Mania. I don't even remember the whole show, but I remember that. And I remember Ronda Rousey's match being awesome. That's about it. But anyway, yeah, I am picking The Miz mostly because he's going to be huge over on Fox, I think. And the Shane usually puts people over in singles matches or at the end of feuds. So yeah, The Miz, lots of points.
Yeah, it sounds like Hayes is still in watching Ms. and Maurice, but I digress. For those of us are new that are smartened up to our predictions game, this is going to be a big 15-pointer for me for Miz. Shane has no business winning this match. Miz is getting over huge as a babyface, and I think that's going to continue. If you guys listen to was it last week's episode? Was it last week where I called for Miz's title run sometime in the next year?
Yeah, that was last week.
Was that last week? Yeah, I'm gonna
Ooh.
triple. I'm gonna triple down on that one. And yeah, this has Miz written all over it. 15 points for Argo.
Yeah, I've honestly the only thing about this match that makes me sad is it probably won't end the way that I would book it, which would be Miz wins due to Shane McMahon excessive blood loss. But that's neither here nor there. Miz wins this. If this isn't a 15-pointer for me, it's 14 points at the very least. So yeah, Miz got it. Not much more to say.
Okay. Moving on, we have the cruiserweight title. This is Tony Nese versus Buddy Murphy. Pretty excited about it. I earlier today at work, while I was at work, I was watching a lot of his matches, Buddy Murphy's matches, and I'm like, holy crap, this guy is incredible. Especially since he transitioned very well from his NXT days, where he could have pretty much ended up just like his old NXT tag team partner. Um, who do I have winning? I kind of hope Buddy Murphy continues his dominance, but I'm not 100% sure. But just to throw a name out there, I'm going Buddy Murphy.
GRJ, that his tag team partner's still in NXT, right? Like
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah. I
things.
know, and that's no, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's still in NXT. What
Oh,
has
he
he
would have
done?
just been a guy. He
Yeah,
probably would have been kind of like
yeah. Look at him now. He's freaking cruiserweight, and I honestly
oh
hope they do not move it to the freaking pre-show. These guys
As
deserve a spot.
Wikipedia has it listed as being on the pre-show, and in fact, I think at 205 Live when they showed a graphic, I think it said kickoff.
You're
uh,
joking.
I wish I were joking, believe me.
hey, I
Oh
would rather have it
no.
on the pre-show. It's gonna get time. It's gonna get 15 minutes at least on the
Yeah, but it's
That's
also
pre-show.
going
true.
to take
Yeah.
place in front of like 800 people instead of, well, 800,000 as a WWE would probably have us believe. But
Hey, what's so different about a normal 205 live crowd?
yeah, good point.
I don't know. I this
Oh,
is where I feel they should take notes from New Japan with Wrestle Kingdom. You have your battle royal in the pre-shows, which they do, but every title match is on the freaking card, like on the main card, and it's showing respect to your guys,
To be
you
fair,
know,
if
I
the
get that.
WWE were going to take anything from New Japan, I think the first thing I'd recommend would be good booking that makes sense, but I digress.
My one problem with the Wrestle Kingdom card is you get blown up, like it's just killer match after killer match. Then you start like not paying attention to the killer match because you never have a cooldown. But that's just me.
I
I
think
got
that's just
problems
you,
paying attention.
because I watch that live. I stay up for that, and
Yeah,
I'm going on it. Like, I take my energy drink, and I'm ready to go the whole Wrestle Kingdom
Yeah.
pay-per-view, and I'm just loving every second of it.
Wrestle
But
yeah,
Kingdom for you starts at like 11.
yeah, like
It's
No.
like
like midnight. Yeah,
yeah, it's like 2
Mhm.
or 3 in the morning for me, but
try 4 in the morning for me.
yeah,
yeah, but you're up
Canadian time.
anyways.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
still.
you're a monster.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, Buddy Murphy. Oh
We
yeah,
were
Buddy Murphy, brother.
we were about to get into Argyle putting himself over for coming out with an editorial a couple years back when Buddy Murphy was uh, doing the tag team in NXT, and I had him on my recurring team underrated as someone that I thought was going to be a breakout star. Sure enough, he was.
2
Um,
volumes of
now,
Team Underrated.
exactly. You know who else was
The Maharaja.
exactly Jinder Mahal, and how did he turn out? WWE champion shortly
Yeah,
after that.
worst champion ever.
I disagree, and you know
I
what?
It was good. It was a
I
good
I
run.
no
I feel
no
I feel it. I felt it with Jinder Mahal. I
no.
like the oh god, I feel it. I
Like
like the Stooges gimmick.
Even
I
Brock
think
said no.
I think obviously Rollins does it better with the Stooges gimmick, chicken heel. But anyway, I digress. I had to put myself over there, and I'm going to again here. I've got Buddy Murphy winning. I don't know how many points, if it's going to be one of my stronger ones yet. Haven't decided, but I definitely have Buddy Murphy.
I have to say, as someone that has been watching and reviewing 205 Live since the very beginning, Tony Nese is a guy I've really enjoyed ever since the Cruiserweight Classic. Very underrated in the ring. He's kind of developed a nice little niche character for himself. Proven to be a surprisingly fun babyface. That being said, he is not the guy to beat Murphy. I've got Buddy Murphy winning this, and this is another one of those high-ranking ones for me, I'd say.
Hey, intern,
Yeah.
like, would you say, so Nice's got everything in the ring, but does he have the mic skills to carry the division? Like, I
I
mean,
don't.
Cedric Alexander didn't really, but I feel
No.
like Nice is less than Alexander on the mic.
Yeah, I mean his whole obsession with his abs gimmick is fun, and I think but yeah, I don't think he quite has the mic skills. And that's the thing that makes me sad about the way the division has gone. The one person who had the mic skills to carry the division went off the SmackDown Live and lost his first name.
That's true. Hey,
go ahead. Yeah.
Do you think Johnny 205 might be the guy to dethrone Buddy Murphy here in coming weeks?
Unless they turn Drew Gulak babyface for some reason, which kind of a personal dream of mine.
Guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely think Johnny Cruiserweight could do it.
Yeah. By the way, superstars, check out the intern's work every Tuesday night for 205 Live Review. It's great.
It's the most positive column you'll read on the internet, I swear.
It's great.
Do we? Yeah. What do we got? What do we got next?
Yeah. What do we got next?
Our 7.
Where we at? 100% on these spoilers, by the way. So let's.
Okay. Next match we have Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. This, I really don't have anything to say about this. I've been watching SmackDown, but honestly, this is when Randy Orton. I don't know why. I just don't like the guy, and it's definitely a personal thing. Like, it's a personal hate.
Probably because he's the kind of guy that does things like take a crap in Diva's purses and touch his groin and then try to make writers shake his groin hands.
Yeah, see, like, that doesn't even bug me. I don't know. There's something Randy Orton that I don't like. And
GRJ, when we all meet up, remind me to wash my hands right after I meet you, okay?
Anyways, I think Randy Orton's gonna win. I hope AJ wins it. I'm kind of waiting for Argyle here to say his predictions so I could write it down just so I could get some points on the predictions game.
Oh, I got you, fam.
I have AJ winning, but I feel like Randy Orton's not gonna lose at WrestleMania to some indie guy.
Okay. This is what I think about this match. I think if Randy Orton is motivated, this could steal the show. Like, it could be the best match on the card, besides Tony Nese versus Buddy Murphy, obviously. But I'm gonna pick AJ Styles.
Yeah, on a podcast episode that we had a few weeks back, I had called that this was the direction that they were going to go to storyline wise, as far as AJ being the indie guy against the longtime WWE guy. They dropped one line in a SmackDown where AJ was complaining about his placement, I believe it was, and Randy was standing next to him saying, "Well, this is why it took you 15 years to get here." So that's where they went with it. I actually like it. I like what these two have been doing promo-wise to each other. As far as match quality-wise, I don't know about stealing the show or being the best match on the card. I think it's going to be somewhere comparable to like Seth Rollins and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I believe that's 31. We're going to have some cool spots. We're going to see a cool looking RKO. Probably off something springboard from AJ. It's definitely going to be around there, in my opinion. And I think both guys like AJ and Seth Rollins are pretty similar in style and in-ring performance. So it's probably going to be somewhere close to there. But I think with the storyline of we have indie guy versus longtime WWE guy, Vince's guy. This just reeks of Vince wanting to put his WWE stamp all over the indies. But I think we've already seen that. I think that was Chris Jericho doing that to AJ Styles in AJ Styles' first WrestleMania. So I think that that's already kind of humbled AJ and basically given him that welcome to the WWE kid, and having him job out to Chris Jericho. So I don't think that he's doing it again. I have AJ Styles winning this. I think there's more stock in AJ Styles winning and being a top guy on the card than there is Randy Orton at this point. And I mean, I know they're both up there in age. They both are, but at least where they are in their careers now today, AJ Styles is just he's the better guy to have as a top guy than Randy is. Especially with SmackDown moving to Fox, I think that AJ is going to be somebody that's going to carry that.
Yeah, no, it's, I completely agree as far as everything Argyle just said. I will say one thing. I was a bit worried this entire build that this whole thing was building towards Orton catching AJ off phenomenal forearm attempt with the RKO and picking up the win. But then they did that exact spot on SmackDown, and I let out a huge sigh of relief. Like, phew, they're not going to repeat that and have it be the finish of WrestleMania now. If anything, Orton's probably going to try that. AJ's going to fake him out. AJ wins this, I think. And I also agree with what Habe said. This, I wouldn't necessarily say match of the night, but I definitely be a low-key banger if Orton's actually as motivated to wrestle as he has been to cut promos as of late.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a sleeper, definitely. Like, I think match quality, this is going to be pretty good. I agree.
I've said it before in my reviews and probably in person and many other places, and I'll say it again. I do feel like when Orton is actually motivated, he is one of the best overall professional wrestlers on the planet. It's just that comes up so rarely. And
the problem with Orton, and much like guys like him and like Alberto Del Rio, like they're so good at professional wrestling, they make it look easy to do, and it's everything that they do is smooth. Everything is executed so well and successfully. They honestly make it look like it's easy to perform a match, and a lot of times it comes off as boring.
Well, that Norton likes to do his 20-minute long chinlock fest. So that probably doesn't help.
Right. But like, I mean, when people say, Randy Orton can be boring sometimes, to me, it's more of a credit to good and smooth he is sometimes more than it is him, particularly being a bad person.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah, when he is ready to go. Yeah. Okay. Abe's, mute yourself. we got the going. Abe's is getting a haircut.
It sounds like it.
GRJ, where are we on the card? Let's move along.
We have Roman Reigns versus other Roman Reigns. I completely blanked on his name.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre and Aleister Black. They have like similar. Like what are the announcers' names that they're going with for them? What are they calling them? Gosh dang, I'm blanking on it now.
Blackachet, or was that just PBR?
No. I'm talking individually. Where's
Drew's the Scottish psychopath.
Scottish psychopath.
Oh,
That's
yep.
Scottish psychopath. And then what do we got for Aleister Black?
The Dutch Destroyer.
That's right. I don't know why that just came to mind. I'm like, God, it's just always so similar when I hear it too. Yes.
So we have Drew McIntyre. We have Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. honestly, um, I feel this match could go either way. Um, I feel like Roman Reigns is gonna win it. Will it hurt Drew McIntyre? Not completely, because it is Roman Reigns, but I don't feel he should be taking a loss here. And it's my 2 cents.
So I've been a little checked out with this feud. I shouldn't be, but I am checked out with this feud, mostly because it's on Raw and it's too long and I just don't care by that point. But Drew McIntyre's pretty much had gotten the upper hand this entire feud. So, by 50-50 booking, Roman Reigns is winning because Roman must pose, fail. Also, where has Dean Ambrose been? Do you guys?
Good question. Good question. Have Roman winning. But I tell you, I am going to be rooting for Drew McIntyre, mostly because I'm going to be rooting for some kind of Dean Ambrose interference to cost Roman that match.
Yeah, I want to be on that. I want to be on that too, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not super convicted and have a strong opinion on where I see Ambrose. Besides this right here, just seems like the perfect place for him. But I'm not going out to say it's absolutely going to happen. But I do hope so. So yeah, Roman wins, and I think we're all crossing our fingers that we get some kind of Ambrose sighting at some point.
Because
to answer,
he's gone. Go
yeah,
ahead.
to answer your guys' question, from what I've read, Dean has been actually showing up for like on the episodes that he hasn't featured. He's been showing up after the show went off the air to do things. Like I believe this week he came out and attacked Baron Corbin for some reason after Kurt Angle attacked Baron Corbin. So
like during a commercial break kind of thing or a video
after
package?
after the show went dark.
Oh, okay, after the
Yeah,
show.
just
So
the little dark segment to send the fans home happy or prepare them for the dark main event or
he's
whatnot.
still the main event. That's
Yeah,
great.
exactly. But yeah, no, I think that at the risk of sounding insensitive, I think that Drew Mack plays the role of leukemia in this match, and Roman Reigns beats the crap out of him.
Oh man.
Ooh, back at Lou.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's really all I got. Roman wins, which is my prediction every time Roman has a match at WrestleMania, but I digress.
Do we know, is PBR missing? Do we know anything?
Limo explosion, maybe? That happens. Maybe the Titantron fell on him. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Okay, so moving on. We have
I guess I could scream out my window, PBR. Hey, I got an idea. Wake up. You might hear me.
So next we have is the tag team championships for SmackDown Live, and that is who is in this match? We have the Usos, obviously, Blackishay, The Bar, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev.
Nakaruru. You should call it Nakaruru.
Nakaruru. I like that. That's really good. Um, I I don't see the Usos losing this, but if they do, it's to Ricochet and Aleister Black. Aleister Black and Ricochet are free agents, so they're bouncing back and forth between Raw and SmackDown. They just had a championship match for Raw. They lost that, right? By countout, I think it was.
Yep, like count out, and then they have a championship match on Friday at Takeover against the War Raiders.
Exactly. I think they're gonna lose that. I don't get why they would have Ricochet and Aleister Black on on main event TV just for them to get pushed back to NXT. I see that War Raiders winning that one. Um, and if they were to win any match, it's gonna be this one. So I'm gonna actually go Ricochet and Aleister Black for the tag titles.
Nice. Yeah, I'm on that same bandwagon, but I am siding with the whole rumor and innuendo that Fox wants SmackDown to be more of a sporty, more competition esque. And I think two super workers coming out at WrestleMania hot like that with the titles would be my pick. I
Yeah,
got one more thing to add
yeah.
with like the NXT. Like how do you keep them strong losing the War Machine? I'm wondering if maybe the revival shows up, revival pop from the NXT land, and maybe cost them the match. I don't know. That'd be cool to see. But anyways, that's not
I'm
WrestleMania.
always I'm always down with revival sighting. Um, my feelings on this match is Black Shay getting put into this match and going over was something that I think I want to say was thought of last second. I think like the whole thing before was them with the Raw Tag Team Championships, but I think this is something that they kind of switched themselves on, changed plans last minute. This is also a way to get them the titles and have the Usos not lose them directly. So they're protected in a way. That's just what that smells like to me completely.
Ooh, could we get heel Usos coming out of this? That'd be pretty sweet.
They've been kind of floating back and forth between kind of heels and kind of faces for
Man.
some time now. So.
Their promos as heels, man, that was some good
Oh, it's
stuff.
the best. Some of the best stuff. I miss it very big. But yeah, hey, does
Yeah.
anyone remember when this one looked like it was going to be the Usos against the Hardy Boys, and then they just kind of dropped that and never mentioned it
Oh,
again?
don't even remind me. I had this huge, you guys know, I had this huge compound ladder match, like super tag
Yeah.
team storyline in my head, which would have been great. Better than just a couple spot fests. But
Just a couple
yeah,
spot fests that's just, hey, here's this match randomly for no reason.
yeah. Here's
And
8 minutes with all these guys. Here, tag match, go.
basically, yeah,
Sorry,
I
I
think this,
digress. Go ahead.
I think this match has had very little thought put into it. I don't think we're gonna see any upheaval of the status quo, so to speak. I think the Usos go over. Blackishay probably don't take a pinfall here. It'll probably who am I kidding? It'll be Rusev that takes the pinfall because, of course, no matter who.
Nakaruru.
No, I'm saying specifically Rusev.
Oh, just Rusev? Okay.
Nakaruru could win, and Rusev will still somehow take the pinfall. That's just how it goes.
Ooh, I wonder if Lana's ringside. That'd be fun.
I hope so. It'd be something to enjoy. Anyhow. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about that.
All right. Next we have is the women's tag team titles.
Oh yeah, pretty ladies.
It's another four, right? Another
Yeah.
14. We have the Boston Hunt Connection. We have they're known as the Divas of Doom, Beth Phoenix and Natalia.
Yeah.
Versus the Iconics and Nia Jax and Tamina. Honestly, I feel like they haven't done anything for these titles. I think it was just kind of like a reason to shut up Bailey and Sasha Banks, to put them somewhere, and just storyline wise, it hasn't really gone anywhere. I'm hoping that because I love Billy Kay, Payne Royce. They've been doing great on the mic. Obviously, they still need some help or some work with their actual wrestling, but I entertaining at least in the promo division.
You don't think the Iconics are good workers?
Billy Kay needs help. Peyton Royce, I love. I think she's
Peyton
great
Royce
in the
is
ring.
a super worker. Billy Kay can
Dude.
do a little bit of awkwardness.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. But no, I'm not saying like they're not good workers. I still believe.
I mean, they're heels. They're not flashy.
Yeah, I still feel, but no, like I still feel like they need a little bit more work.
They're just not
yeah.
main eventing WrestleMania anytime soon.
No.
Yeah. I'm picking the Iconics to win it, hoping. If not, I honestly just going in here hoping Bailey and Sasha do not reach.
I agree. I like the Iconics a lot. I think they get a lot of that Baron Corbin internet heat for no reason, just because they're heels and people just don't get it sometimes. They get worked. But I want to go with the Divas of Doom because man, they owe Natty one, and they owe the Glamazon one. Like I've like WrestleMania 24, kind of a random WrestleMania, but it's my favorite WrestleMania. I've watched the Glamazon and Melina wrestle like Maria and Ashley so many times. When it's just like Maria making out with Snoop Dogg, they owe it. They owe it to the Glamazon to give her a real match. And I also hate Sasha Banks with like more so than like Nia Jax. I hate Sasha Banks.
Oh my god. Okay,
So
before we continue, I am glad I have somebody on that level. Because I bring this up to Argyle and he just like he looks at me with disgust.
yeah, dude, she's the drizzling shits. Her babyface mic work is trash. She
Yeah.
botches everything in there. She's
She
just
hits like
just
Shane
like PGR's
McMahon.
last name.
All right. Argyle, go.
Once again, your captain speaking, bringing some sanity and logic, common sense, practical thinking to this podcast. Sasha Banks is one of the best workers in the WWE. She has been. She's been. She has been for quite a few years now. If anything, and what you don't like about her babyface promos is she's a product of the WWE not giving her enough character work and attention to really explain what she is, why she is. I mean, for example, her gimmick is the boss, and we have no idea why.
Yeah.
They did a better.
That's true.
They did
I'll
a
give you
way
that.
better job in NXT. She kind of ran things in NXT. She freaking came out in the takeover with an entourage that lifted her up onto the apron in an Escalade. She
Yeah.
had the star power. You can tell she was the boss in NXT. So like they said, if anything, it's just a product of the WWE not doing a good enough job of telling us who Sasha is. And the babyface stuff we could probably do without. She probably makes for a better heel.
Yes, exactly.
Definitely.
Yes. That's the thing right there.
As
Like
far
the
as her
boss.
being the drizzling some things, I think you guys are pretty far off base there.
The drizzling strudel.
And as moving forward, I have Sasha and Bailey winning this match. If you guys saw a graphic that I had posted up showing how this WrestleMania is probably going to end, it's with or could end with Sasha and Bailey coming out to the ring to congratulate Becky, with them all having titles in their hands.
But they all won't have titles because that women's main event is for both belts, so we cannot have all four horsewomen holding gold at the end of the night.
That is true. That is true, but I could see Charlotte being a part of it still, and even in loss, wiping those tears away, and
Charlotte must pose, pal.
them all hugging it out, and it ending with the four horsewomen gesture, and that being the close to it. So, yeah, Sasha and Bailey are winning this. I have this at pretty high points. This might be a 14-pointer for me.
I've got two different ways I can go about predicting this one. If I go with my heart, the answer is the Iconics all the way, because honestly, out of all four teams in this match, they're the ones I actually care about on any level. I make the comment all the time that they are annoying, but that's intentional. That is exactly what they're supposed to be, and they still manage to be hilarious while being annoying. That, to me, there's something awesome about that. However, if I'm going with my logic, I get the feeling that much like with the Usos match, the WWE has put roughly zero thought into this, and there's like, oh, let's not upset the status quo. Sasha and Bailey retain, damn it. So yeah, that's that. I do think it's going to be Sasha and Bailey, as much as I want it to be the Iconics.
Yeah.
Right. Is it bad I want them to continue the Bailey Sasha breakup storyline?
That's what I was hoping was going to happen before WrestleMania.
I want the take team to be over. Like I love Bailey. She's awesome. I want her as a single star again. Maybe I don't know, change the gimmick a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree completely.
I want them separated.
Sasha versus Bailey should have been the WrestleMania match. They should have lost. They should never have won those titles to begin with, and then they should have feuded over that.
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
that's pretty much it.
None of
Um,
us picked Naya and Tamina. They suck.
I mean, if they win, it's gonna be they better. It has to be this whole like monster powerhouse type deal. That's about it. That's all they have going for them. That being said, next match is Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. This is for the Universal title. Um, it is the first time where I feel it doesn't matter if Brock retains. Um, and I'll get into that a lot later. Um, there's no the last couple of times he's had matches. There's been like, oh, is he leaving WWE? There's none of that this time. There's no he's leaving. There's none of that.
So
So
he's
if he
probably
retain,
leaving.
and that's the thing. Like, wow, there's nothing of it. Is he gonna leave now? I have no
Yeah.
idea. I
There's
don't.
been nothing.
Yeah, I don't think the WWE knows how to keep their mouth that quiet. So I think it's just they're gonna keep him there. Do I want Seth Rollins to win? Hell yeah, Homeboy has been amazing for years. He has when Brock Lesnar was gone and Seth Rollins was the champ for the Intercontinental Championship, he kept Raw interesting. He kept Raw going. That being said, I want him to win, but I'm going with Brock Lesnar. I feel Brock is going to retain.
Nice, nice. Yeah, okay, so I don't hide it. I'm not much of a Seth Rollins fan at all, and I'm tuned out from almost anything he does on Raw. You're watching his matches and they're just the same thing. I don't know. I'm not into Seth Rollins very much. But I agree with you, he did carry Raw for a while. And you know, he's solid, but like you said with the Brock Lesnar, there's nothing saying he's going anywhere. This match isn't the main event. They don't need that go home. Oh, it might be the main event if you ask PBR. We don't know. Uh,
Wait, who?
uh
Who?
oh, I don't know. That guy. Maybe Pepsi
He's the
Blue Ribbon Light.
he's the next guy on the milk carton.
He's on the milk carton.
Right? Yeah.
Only one guy from
boy,
Wisconsin can be on the milk carton at a time.
well, we got you back. Whoever returned, Habes, thank you very much. But yeah, we have another Wisconsin person missing.
Maybe we can put it on a soup can. That would make more sense.
Someday.
anyway.
Either that, or we gotta put a bell on you guys.
Ooh. Okay, anyways. I'm picking Brock. Just mostly because I know it's not going on last. They don't need that go home happy feel. They got those huge money Saudi Arabia blood money shows coming up. Brock's gonna work those. So I'm picking Brock winning, retaining. Roman must pose. Seriously, Roman's gonna probably be the next champion.
Yeah, this was one of the ones that out of the main championship matches, you had to pick one that you had to have the heel winning, and that was that hard pill to swallow. That not all three, Kofi Kingston, Seth Rollins, and Becky Lynch are probably not all three are going to win. So this was one that could go either way, and probably the most likely to. But I'm not going there with Lesnar. I am going with Seth Rollins. I don't know. We've seen this before with Brock winning a Mania. I'm tired of it. I don't know. Seth Rollins wins. I'm about average points there.
Yeah, I'm tired of it too, but I think Seth Rollins is a B plus player. I'm not kidding. As a babyface, he's a B plus player. As a heel, that's a different story. But I digress.
And I'll be honest. This match is probably the one that unless I have some kind of epiphany that causes me to or change my mind. This is probably going to be my 1 or 2 point pick on the actual predictions game. That's how confident I am. I'm going with Seth here just because I still get the feeling that Brock is going to be going back into the USADA testing pool sooner than later if he wants to get that his last UFC hurrah. I could see him doing that after WrestleMania. And I don't as cool as the visual would be of Brock Lesnar walking into the UFC with the Universal title. I don't see Vince allowing that to happen because Vince isn't smart enough to realize that would be awesome publicity.
Yeah,
So
I was there like with Brock carrying the Universal Championship into UFC, but I don't think there's been much talks lately.
Do you guys know? Like, I'm not a very big MMA fan because it's fake and everything, but I know they run a big show at the end of the summer. You know what part of the summer is that after SummerSlam? Like late August, maybe even early September.
good question.
I'm sorry. What's that? Big show for
When
what?
UFC runs their big show, like at the end of the summer, start of the fall, like end of August, sometime in September.
Like
I think
their biggest pay-per-view?
I think so. I don't know. UFC doesn't have any stars. I don't know what's going on over there.
Usually just depends on when Connor's gonna fight.
Well, Connor's like in jail or
Yeah.
something.
You
I don't know.
know what? So I was a huge fan of Brock bringing that Universal Championship in. I know that there was rumor that he was going to face Cormier. However, there's been no talks of it recently, and I think that I can actually go out and say there's probably a better chance that we see some kind of interaction between Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar in a WWE ring than there is in a UFC ring.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
I know that Fox was kind of interested to bring in Cormier. I think he actually went in for an interview for like a commentating position.
Oh, nice.
Fox, okay.
So I think that that's actually something that's moving along and in the works. I know Cormier is a huge WWE fan.
Yeah, he's been to the PC and stuff. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Have you seen the video of him at WrestleMania 31 in
No.
in the audience? He was doing a video, like I think it was a live video of him in the audience when Seth Rollins cashed in on Brock Lesnar. Cormier is wearing a Seth Rollins t-shirt and just marking out like crazy.
Oh, that's sweet.
Just
That's
like
cool.
we all were, but yeah, it's a pretty cool video to watch.
I'll have to check it out.
He wasn't even ringside or anything either. He was up there. He was with the fans.
Oh, you didn't get the sweet John Cena seats?
No.
No, he's only got UFC money. He can't afford those kind of seats.
Yeah.
Good point.
But yeah, I think that's something that could be coming along because they're working out some big stuff. I know what Eminem WWE contract to do a theme for SmackDown, which I think possibly leads to a live performance on the first episode. So,
wait, they brought
Mercury
Nitro and Melina back? Eminem?
Oh,
I hope so. Melina's been working indie dates in Wisconsin a couple weeks, maybe 2 months ago.
Better than all the indie workers she was working when she was dating Morrison. Anyone?
Does she know where PBR is?
Maybe she was up there. She was like,
all right. What do we got? We got what? 2 matches left. Is that what we got?
Yes.
Let's do it
now. We're gonna go with pretty much the main event of WrestleMania. We have Becky versus Charlotte versus Ronda. Last week's podcast, I talked about how I felt this was too much was added to it. And then I forgot what I read, but it pretty much said like this Ronda being brought in was made for Charlotte. And that reminded me of Asuka being called up, Asuka losing to Charlotte. That's what everybody is being set up for. Charlotte getting the title, bringing something into this match. I think Charlotte's going to win this. And if you want to go forward with her being Ric Flair's daughter, with her being one of the dirtiest players in the game, she has to win this. Obviously, everybody wants the title on Becky or wants Becky to win this. But I just don't see them. I don't see this as the match where they want to send somebody home happy. I feel like that's going to be at the Kofi Daniel match. So at this point, I'm going Charlotte. I'm going with the Queen. Tranquilo.
Tranquilo, güey. Ugh. I don't think Charlotte wins, and I got a zinger. I got a swerve, bro. I think Asuka shows up and kind of eliminates Charlotte Flair from the match. You know, kind of like, oh hey, we screwed you over, Asuka, but here, show up in the main event, get on TV, everyone's watching you. Kind of eliminate Charlotte from the match,
Yeah,
and
but
then
that's not gonna be like, oh, you screwed me over. Here's your rematch for the title. If Charlotte loses, there's no point to it.
no, but maybe some kind of pride thing. Ah, I got you back.
Or the
I
fact this
don't.
is
That's
already
where
a
my head is.
convoluted, overbooked mess of
Oh yeah,
feud.
yeah,
Why not
yeah.
make it even more convoluted and overbooked?
That
That's where I'm at.
yeah,
And
that's
so
true.
they'll add add more what's the word? I don't know. They're gonna add more stuff to the match, whatever. And then we're gonna get back
Yeah,
to the match we all wanted, which was just Becky versus Ronda, and that will
yeah.
finish the show.
See, I'm going the opposite way. I honestly feel like since the beginning, like I said, Ronda was gonna be set up for Charlotte, um, and this is gonna be it. Obviously, the WWE Universe wants Becky to win, but I could
Well,
totally see. I
plans
could totally.
change, Kale.
Yeah, I guess I could totally see Flair talking to Vince in the back and like, so you're making my daughter win, or what's going on, man?
I don't
Um,
like how they're putting the titles together though. That bugs
yeah,
me. But
All
I'm still
right,
going with Flair. Or not Flair, sorry. Becky Lynch. You
all
got me
right.
all brain drained. Becky Lynch, baby.
I don't know what drugs GRJ is on. I do know that they're highly hallucinogenic. Um,
no, they're not.
there is 0% chance that Charlotte or Ronda Rousey wins this match. Mostly
There
the
you go with
given,
your Steiner math.
mostly, mostly the fact that this is freaking main eventing WrestleMania, which, as we know, listening to our podcast last week, is the last match to go on at the pay per view.
Yes.
There is 0% chance of Charlotte winning. Yeah, no, Becky's winning
False.
the match. That's absurd. That's all I have to say.
Argyle knows what he's talking about. He's went to a lot of highly educated colleges and he's wrestled a lot of countries.
I wrestled them all.
And he has no sympathy for any of your predictions.
True.
God bless
I got-
Scott Steiner.
I got Becky. What do we have? 15 matches. That's 16 points for me. I'm getting bonus points or something. That's a 15-point match.
Yeah, no, I've got to agree with the captain on this. As far, especially where this is going on last, I think this is the exact match where they're going to want to send the fans home happy. Slash, don't want an old school '70s wrestling riot on their hands, which could very well happen if Charlotte Flair wins the title. Well, probably not because modern wrestling fans are too lazy to riot. I think, but that's a whole other story.
Ooh, 80,000 people, that'd be pretty wild.
That would be
Or more. I don't know. Probably more.
And
I
hey,
think
if anything, Jim Cornette would be happy with that happening.
I think they're saving that riot for another match on the card. One that we haven't got to yet.
All right. And that match being Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. Um, going back to last week's podcast, me and Argyle agreed on the fact like this is the match that kind of has all the heat going towards it, right? Kofi Mania is running. Daniel Bryan is on the other side of where he was. On the other side of the storyline. I think Intern brought that up last week. I think this is out of the three main events, or out of the three main championship. I feel this match is the one that we're gonna get with the winner we want. I think Kofi's gonna win it, and I think that's how it's. That's exactly just what I think. I think Kofi's gonna win it. Daniel Bryan could definitely take a loss and be fine with it. And that's my thing. It's my opinion.
Um, I have, as I mentioned in our last match, I think this is the one that I picked out of the main championship matches that the heel is going to go over here. I am going to be rooting for something like a Big E heel turn in it. I want to see that feud. I want to see Big E as a monster heel. So I'm hoping that that's the direction that they go with it. I think Daniel Bryan has more longevity as a heel compared to maybe Brock Lesnar or Ronda Rousey. There's just more in the tank for him there. As great as the Kofi win would be here. I do want to point out though, and what would be cool if Kofi did end up winning, and I don't know, maybe I'll ask you guys, what do you guys think if Kofi comes in with his New Day entrance? He wins. He gets the title from Daniel Bryan. He gets this huge Kofi Mania celebration, and instead of the New Day music, it actually plays his old theme song with
Yeah.
as in to say, like, these guys led me here into the ring. They got me here in the match in the first place, but I won it and I did it on my own. And it'd be kind of a little telling to his story that I did this as a singles competitor. I think that'd be a little cool thing to add if
Argyle.
Kofi were to go over. Yes.
Is it like giving him like a heel edge, or are you just saying, just being poetic of like kind of like, hey, I did this myself kind of thing?
Yeah. As
No
I-
heel heat with that or anything in the
No.
future.
Oh no. None whatsoever.
No, okay.
Just kind of
No planting
because
seeds,
the
perhaps.
whole thing that they've been they've been like really getting down how many years he's been here, and what he's done for the company, and he's worked hard for 11 years for you, Vince, and this is how you treat him. And I don't know, I'm not even sold on it. I'm just saying that could be something cool, a cool little something that they throw in there gimmick wise that tells a story, like, it's a throwback to his past, but also he's won something as a singles competitor, and he did it on his own.
I gotta
cool,
hope you're wrong, but that's only because I don't want to hear POD on my TV anytime soon.
Wait, POD sings that song?
Yeah, by the
Yeah.
way, intern, what metal t-shirt do you think Rowan's coming to Mania with?
Ooh,
Oh my
that's-
goodness. That's a
that's a
crazy
bonus
good
question.
bonus question.
That's a
That
bonus
would be a
question to
good
turn
my
bonus
goodness.
question.
Well, he's been on a kind of a Viking theme, and the part of me that really marks out for some good Norwegian black metal thinks that maybe he's going to have an enslaved T-shirt.
That's
Norwegian death
That's
metal,
real
and you
good.
know this stuff.
Yeah,
Hey man, I've been all over the Norwegian black and death metal for a good decade almost too. I'm pretty
You
connected
cease
to
to
that.
amaze me, man.
Is
Everything.
Alistair Black in that scene? Like,
He is actually,
Okay, very good.
but I think he's more to
Yeah.
the satanic end of things.
He should just wear an Alistair Black shirt.
There you go.
Oh,
For
that'd
that
be
matter,
cool.
Seth Rollins should be the one teaming with Aleister Black because he used to wrestle as Tyler Black.
Oh,
Wow.
double black.
Okay.
Couple of blacks.
Oh,
Insert-
anyways,
insert-
so
insert-
Kofi Mania is running wild,
Who do you
which
got?
makes me think Vince hasn't decided who to pick. Like, it keeps flip flopping like this spur of the moment decision. And like, I want to pick Daniel Bryan because I think his heel run has been crazy good, and he can continue this, like you guys said last week, for like a whole, or even like SummerSlam. Maybe have a huge feud with the Miz. But at the moment, from how over he was on SmackDown, I might pick Kofi Mania for low points. Like, I think there's room for a short Kofi Kingston run with the title, and then it'll be put back on Daniel Bryan.
I see the match. I see this probably going before the women's. Well, yeah, right before the main event. They might throw in like a filler match, depending on which one you want to throw in there. But I see Kofi winning, and then Biggie on the mic introducing the new champ, and I feel like that makes the most sense. But that's me being a mark right now.
Yeah, like, I mean, you give him like a nice 30-ish day run, whatever. Get that title back on Daniel Bryan for a Saudi Prince Blood Money match. and then maybe in the New Day, maybe they split up. Maybe we see
Wait,
Big E, like we all like Big E.
didn't
Maybe
DB not show up for the Saudi events
oh,
last
you're
year?
right. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's
He
right.
might. They
Ooh,
could. You know
Kofi.
what?
Kofi.
Kofi could have the title for those events, and then they'll shift it back. Now
Oh,
we're on
great.
to
Now you
something.
might have just changed my thoughts a little bit.
Sorry, I don't. I just use like. I kind of try and look at the booking from weeks out and see what they got going on, and try and
Really? Because
even
the
though I know
WWE
nothing.
doesn't.
No, I know. Even though I know nothing about the business, but I'm like, oh, this is kind of a big deal.
I mean,
They might
you're
want to
not
go
an
this
expert on the
route.
business like Dana Warrior, but
Dana Warrior. God, she's the worst.
yeah,
Yeah,
The
Kofi Mania
worst.
running wild.
yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna kind
enter
of hedge.
hit.
I'm gonna kind of hedge
Sorry.
my own bets a little bit on this one, honestly. I mean, for a lot of this build, I was thinking the combination of Daniel Bryan still being too good at this heel thing and too good as the champion, plus the fact that Kofi was never supposed to be in this spot to begin with. I thought that combination gave pretty much made it a lock that Bryan was going to be winning this thing. Now I get the feeling that I may be wrong, so this is what I'm going to guess. What if Kofi wins the match but doesn't win the title? We've always got Big Red on hand to cause some kind of disqualification. It would set up. There's always the possibility of setting up for a future program if Vince does indeed decide, oh, we want to explore this further, pal, or knowing him just forget about it entirely and somehow
Yeah,
put
the
Roman Reigns
title
in
will
it.
wind up. The title will wind up on Eric Rowan before we know it.
or some hyper intelligent collie who keeps finding Timmy in the well, knowing Vince's and his random whims. Who knows with him? But yeah, I get the feel. I'm gonna say that Kofi wins this, but doesn't win the title. He gets the Lex Luger at SummerSlam treatment, only hopefully without the balloons and streamers and everything that made it look like he won the title when he didn't.
You know, okay, so you're a WrestleMania expert. Has there ever been a count out like match or even like a DQ finish
There
for
what
a
there
big match
technically
at a
was.
WrestleMania?
There technically was. Ms. Cena ended in a double countout, but then
Oh, that's
The
right.
Rock came and took a Dwayne The Rock Johnson all over that finish and whipped out his Dwayne The Rock Johnson all over Miz and Cena. Yeah, don't get me started on the finish to that, please. We'd be here all
That's pretty
night, and
cool.
it would require me censoring a lot of my own swear words.
All right, and that's WrestleMania, right?
That that's as far as I can tell. Yeah.
All right, cool. Um, first of all, I would like to thank the other admins for joining me. Thanks to anybody listening out there on.
You're
Oh, if you're
welcome.
watching this on YouTube,
You're welcome.
all right.
Wham bam, thank you.
You know
ma'am.
what?
If you're watching this on YouTube, you get to see the little pictures that I uploaded for each match. But if you're just listening through whatever podcast form you like, whether it's Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Stitch. If you're telling us you can't, as like I had one of our friends do, then you're not trying. We're on nine different streaming sites. So get out there, listen, tell your friends about us, whatever. Like always, Kayfabe Soup did start at Facebook. We will continue being on Facebook, but we are also on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We have a Reddit. It's kind of dead, but we're there. Obviously, the YouTube.
We're on everything but the WWE network so far.
So far.
So
But if Argyle keeps sucking up the Triple H, we may wind up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're waiting for that Argyle episode to drop.
Yeah, we have two
Okay,
more.
good.
We are also on Pro Wrestling Tees. We are currently working on new shirt ideas that are coming out. Hopefully, you guys are interested.
Soon, very soon.
Yes. we are also on Patreon. We have we have benefits if you sign up, depending on where you're at. This is going to be the last public game for the predictions game. After that, it's going to be Patreon only, where our admin PBR keeps track of Patreons only. He's also setting up a wrestling fantasy league. Think of it as fantasy football, just with wrestling. If you sign up, you can get into that.
That's going to be really cool.
It's which yeah, we're super excited
really
about.
Yeah.
Super excited about.
Oh, may
What
I
else do we
add?
have? Yes.
May I add to PBR's fantasy wrestling is he's ran it for a couple years now, so it's
Yes,
not
this is
some fresh new thing. He knows what he's doing.
yes,
He's
this is
ran it separate
something.
from the page
It's
for a couple
yeah,
years.
exactly. Yeah, this is before he became an admin. Before he before he came on Kayfabe Soup. He's been doing it, so it's not something that we're testing the waters. He knows what he's doing, and that's about it. Thanks for listening. Any last words?
Yeah. I hope that you guys had a notepad out and we're taking notes for Argyle's predictions. You're welcome. I gave you spoilers. So those are your notes for our predictions game. That's all I got.
All I
All
got
right.
say, Shaka Ka. Ha. Take out.
Doot doot doot.
Doot doot doot. Tell you what.
Top guys
See ya.
out.